What's good, YouTube? And welcome to Bonanza Review. I wanted to sit down and do a deep dive on this set since we've been weekend one with it and there's so much talk about it. I had rosy color glasses going in because three of my top picks of all-time favorite cards were in here as QCRs. We had Grandmaster Summon Skull and Genzo, if you're wondering what those are. And then BLS was a huge one to me. However, it's not panning out exactly as I thought. While in some cases, like Upstart Goblin getting a weekend one buyout was on my list, totally awesome, should have been, and it's going up, so people are buying into the set, which it's easy to make these quantities disappear because there's 41 different pages of listings, making it extremely hard to navigate. There's so many options. I wouldn't call it too much, but at the same time, it's going to be difficult for vendors, even with a holiday, mail holiday today, to sit down and get everything out till the end of the week. So some of these prices are going to be skewed. There's not a single card over $100 despite the interest, and by the math, this set is indeed failing right now, but by perception, it is not. If I listen to my YouTube comment section, people either loved or hated it, which is why I did do a poll over on Twitter, and the hot garbage section isn't anywhere near winning. The it's okay-ish section is in the middle, and by a largish margin, we have this set is a banger winning over 50% versus the other two. So perception is overall positive, and some of those stories we'll get into with the set, but I do feel like there's several places where this misses the mark, starting with the competitive community. All these star reprints were recently done in the 10s, and the 10s criminally bloated its set and was actually getting rewarded on that model to where you had to like open 4 cases to see all of the cards. And while 10s are cheaper per unit and case than other product, it's still not a great number to hear to see all those cards through 4 cases, right? So when it comes to the meta cards, that's all that's in Bonanza, really, isn't it? SP Little Knight, Tactics, Diabellstar, Bonfire, Wanted, this front page here that's got ripped from the 10s and now is why that set's failing even though it was succeeding at first. Yeah, that's what's selling the set for the meta side. Triple Tactics Thrust here towards the top in QCR for the first time. That's neat, but where's the other metagame cards? This does a lot for a different crowd, for past formats. I'm a target audience for that, as are many duelists, and we see churning money on the market also going in that direction. So Konami wanted a slice of that, and then kinda lazily threw in the meta card. So I feel like any good set ends up appealing towards the metagame players, the casuals, and the collectors, and I feel like that's a ding against it in the meta category where Rarity 1 succeeded. And we are going to compare this to Rarity 1 because the set code is RA03, Rarity Collection 3, despite the different name and marketing after Rarity Collection 2 did fail. Now, with this set, again, by the math it's failing, let me explain. Let's put it at $93 a box here online. Well, that seller's going to take a 13% fee to sell and probably spend about $8 shipping the box. Let me know if you get cheaper shipping, that kind of thing. At $73-ish versus MSRP, you're taking like half. I believe this is a $5.99 pack times 24 packs. So yeah, that is under half, meaning they are definitely losing. Even I think if they were a distro, that's pretty harsh margins. But if you're buying from a distro or Konami as a store, this is losing money to get it out of your hands. And we can see that sellers are lining up to sell at this price. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different sellers here on the front page with tons of boxes ready to just get rid of it and be done with it in that range at the, yeah, I'll take the loss, get me to the next product part. However, when we do get into stories on here, there's people saying, I was on the fence, I wasn't thinking I was gonna like it, and these cards actually turned it around on me. Or over here, where it went to locals this Saturday, and it was probably an all-time high in terms of attendance with more people on meta decks than ever, simply because everyone bought the whole Snake Eyes Diabellstar engine for under $50. Everyone loved it, and the shop sold out, so I love that for them too. I think that this set will do better in person than online. I think there will be demand for it, and the 10s do that sometimes too, right? Although they're sitting rotting at Walmart for OTSs, where you can slap a LART on with them and give those incentives and get supported, and you have that local community there for you. Product can do better by far in person. But there's another sin here that people don't really want to talk about because they hated Rarity Collection 2's model so much, and this is the most expensive per card out of all the Rarity Collections. Here, just a year ago, less than, about a year ago actually, November 3rd, it was $4.99 a pack. Here on Rarity 2, it was $9.99 per pack, but you had 9 cards. And here it is now $5.99 a pack. So if we're doing the math per card, and you're still on those 5 card pack boosters, it's $1.19, almost $1.20 per card. Where in Rarity 2, you can do the simple math here at $9.99 with 9 cards, you are spending a good almost 9 cents less per card, despite everyone having complained about this model and how hard it was to buy in. However, I do think the cards are better here. There was a small crowd that said Rarity Collection 2 set list was better than Rarity Collection 1, and we can see by the math, by the price, by the results, that is not nearly true. Here it is at $73 for those expensive boxes, where here's $125, and it's actually come down a good amount in the last couple of months. People are kind of fatigued on the quarter century secret rares. There's so many of them, and this has actually become slightly cheaper boxes. You can get them $126, although you will be paying tax, right? So it's a little bit more depending where you're living and how you're getting taxed online. But the cards line up to have Ash Blossom, highly anticipated, over $100 card. Imperm has gone with that line and gone up in price, down in price. Veiler is so iconic, but does have that Starlight rare, which again, Konami's been cannibalizing. And you have just so many staples and hand traps lining up this front page. What's on top of Bonanza? It's the collector cards. Oh, Blue Eyes is coming back. Blue Eyes atop the set. Oh, we've got Engage, which actually did well recently. Oh, Dark Magician Girls, 3 of the top 10 slots. What's taking up here is also past formats, along with that Dark Magician. So the collector side is eating much more into the set and the high prices, rather than the metagame player, the person who wants to bling out their deck. That's the difference between these two sets. Where we have Rarity Collection 2 come in, it's like a mix. Here's Alter Art Masquerena, the Waifu Tax still atop the set, the Blue Eyes stuff, Access Code Talker. It's a mix of meta and collectible, but it's still just absolutely atrocious how it panned out in terms of pricing, with Crossout Designator being a staple atop the set. I think that quarter century secret rares, they're getting to be a bit much. A lot of people have gone, how long is this promotion ran? It feels like 3 years at this point when it's been like 2-ish. I know that Japanese companies like to go 2.5 years on and then 2.5 years off, and then we'll be back into the 30th maybe. So who knows what they're going to do there, and with all the cards and card arts and that sort of stuff. I think this is a different product in the terms that it goes for the past format player. Targets Yugi boomers and targets collectors more than the metagame player, and that's where the set does have a hiccup, but I still think it's a decent set. I think that the set long term will do well, and it reminds me a lot of Dude with RNG. But Dude failed at first. It was on clearance for 6 months. And then people wonder why they don't make a second one, right? It didn't get enough support. Stores didn't like it because it failed at first. They're not going to hold on to it in depth unless they're able to, like a shop like Tier Zero or Troll and Toad. So when it comes to Bonanza, only those who can afford to wait are going to end up with any positive upswing on it if it does turn that way. That's why I'm not a financial advisor channel. I don't know the future of card prices or where they're going to go. The best we can all do is speculate, and to me, this has the makings of a good long-term product, but it also has the 30th shadowing over it unironically because of how long we've been into this. Thanks for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed a discussion more about the different sides of this set rather than one focus or another.